Well, hey, everybody, this is Robert, and welcome to today's podcast. Now, on today's show, I want to delve into the topic of self-confidence. Now, you may have heard of someone described as having low self-confidence or maybe low self-esteem. So what does this mean? What is it? And how can you improve? Well, joining me today to lend her expertise all the way from Benin City, Nigeria, is mentor and life coach, Efe Joyce Marks. Hi, Joyce, and welcome to the show.
Hi, Mr. Roberts. Good to have you. Thank you so much for having me on set today.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate it very much. So let's go ahead and start out with some of the most basics, right? What is self-confidence? How do you define it?
Okay, basically, I'm going to be talking from my own personal experience. Growing up as a youth, I had lots and lots of shortcomings, which at one point in my life had effect in my self-confidence and my self-esteem. So whatever I'm going to be sharing today, it's going to be based on my experience and how I was able to overcome the issue of a low self-confidence or a low self-esteem. So I would simply say that self-confidence is the ability to trust in oneself, the ability to believe in one's ability. Over time, a lot of people, they live this down life because of what people say about them, as a result of what people, the belief people have about them. But self-esteem has to do with your self-belief, your self-trust, your ability to trust in yourself, not listening to whatever anybody has to say about you, or not caring about what other people think about you. So basically, self-confidence is trusting in oneself, trusting in one's ability, no matter the situation.
So why is this important?
Okay, it's very important because in life, you're going to be meeting lots and lots of people. Okay, it's important in every sector, in the business sector, in academics, even in your relationship with people. So over time, you're going to be conversing with a lot of people, and you need self-confidence, or rather, you need a display of your self-confidence. For example, people will not want to buy from you if you're a salesman if you lack confidence. Okay, and people would have become skeptical about you when they are relating with you from time to time or from daily, from day to day. And when you exhibit low self-esteem, it tends to have effect on the way people perceive you. So self-confidence is very important because it helps you to give other people an impression of who they want to see or how they want to perceive you. So basically, the importance of having self-confidence cannot be overemphasized. It's very important. It's important in every sector in your workspace, and it helps you to, produce more results. Someone that has less self-confidence would produce lesser than the one that has more. Or rather, I would say a man who has self-confidence in himself will be more productive in life, in everything the person does, whether in school or at work or in your relationship. Everything about you becomes more productive. Why? Because you believe in yourself. You trust in your ability. And when you're self-confident, you know that no matter the situation, you can handle it at any time. Okay, so self-confidence is very, very important, and it's needed in every facet of life.
Okay, so many people in the audience probably have heard the different terms, self-confidence, of course, and self-esteem. Are they interchangeable, or is there a difference?
Okay, they are a bit connected together. They are tied together. Okay, but they are not the same thing. Self-confidence, like I said, is the ability to trust in oneself and the ability to trust in your ability to do or achieve a task. Then why self-esteem is how you perceive yourself, how you estimate yourself, how you value yourself, how much you like and love yourself. It has to do with how you see yourself, the price you place on yourself, the level of what you place on yourself, not looking down on yourself or belittling your ability. So I could say they are not really the same thing, but they are kind of connected in a way. So a lot of people use it interchangeably. Okay, but I want to say if you have a good self-confidence, it will tell on your self-esteem. So they kind of work hand in hand together. Okay, so self-esteem is basically how you see yourself, the value you place on yourself, and how you perceive yourself.
So where does self-confidence come from? Is it something innate, or is it something you have to learn?
Okay, basically, first of all, you have to understand that people with self-confidence, they were not born with it. It's something they developed over time. It's like a skill, just like someone who wants to learn how to play piano or wants to learn how to play keyboard or wants to be a great footballer. It takes practice. Like they say, practice makes perfect. So first of all, as a person, you have to understand that people who have or who has beat self-esteem or self-confidence, if I can use them interchangeably now, you have to understand that they were not born with it, but they developed it like a skill. Okay, and where this whole thing starts from is your ability to recognize the need to improve on your self-confidence. And every human being has the ability to be confident, or rather, every human being has in them the ability to have a good quality of self-confidence. So I would say it's innate. Everyone has it. It's just for you to be able to recognize that and work towards it. And in the later part of this show, I'm going to be explaining how you can boost your self-confidence. So you need to believe in yourself and understand that you can be self-confident in yourself. Don't allow anybody tell you you're not focused or you're nothing in life. It's inside you. When God created the world, he made everybody perfect. Okay, he gave you all the ability you need in this world to become anything you want to be. So it doesn't matter the situation you're at right now. It doesn't matter if you're down or if your morale is down. I want to tell you today that self-confidence is inside of you, and you have the ability to become the most confident person among your peers. Thank you.
So why are some people, why may an individual show low self-confidence? What would cause that?
Okay, basically, a lot of times, people, you're a result or a product of the information you feed yourself with. Okay, you're a product of the words you hear, the films you watch, the books you read. Basically, you are a result of whatever you feed yourself in with. It's just like you eating your food. Okay, your food, what you eat makes you. Okay, if you be feeding on a balanced diet, of course you're going to look fit. But if you're feeding on an imbalanced diet, you're going to look malnourished. So I can boldly say that you're a product of the food you eat. In the same manner, you are a product of the information you feed your minds with. So, and over time, a lot of people feed their minds with negativity. They feed their minds with negative thoughts. They surround themselves with negative people who don't believe in them, people who, devalue them, people who don't respect them. And these are some of the places where a low self-confidence comes in or comes into play or comes from. As a result of you hearing words like, you can't do this, you can't achieve this, you're not worth this, you're not this person you think you are. I'm going to encourage people, don't ever listen to what people say about you. The most important thing is what you tell yourself. And these are the places where low self-esteem comes from, because you tend to believe, in people, what people say. You tend to compare yourself with other people. Oh, I'm not married. My friends are married, but I'm not yet married. My friend has a car, but I don't yet have a car. My friend has this money in his account, but I don't have so much. You tend to compare yourself with other people. So these are the places where low self-esteem comes in. When you compare yourself with other people, when you compare yourself with other people, you tend to measure up your success with that of somebody else. But you should understand that everyone has a pace. So work at your own pace. Okay, follow your own pace. Everybody has different level of success in life, and it depends on how you define your own success. Your failure does not, the success of another man does not mean you're failing. A lot of times when people see somebody achieving so much at work, they tend to be jealous. Oh, I wish I was the one that achieved this result. No, you can even do better. Okay, you can even do better. You can even achieve more. All you need to do is to believe in yourself. So low self-esteem comes as a result of the information you feed your mind with. When you feed your mind with negative information, you tend to think negative. Even the Bible said so, that out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth will speak. So the information you feed your mind with results in your actions, or rather, they result in your words. And your words, grow and progresses into your actions. And your actions forms the basis of your life, forms your lifestyle. So I would say that low self-esteem is as a result of a long-term assimilation of the wrong information, feeding your mind with things that cannot or would not help you boost your self-confidence. So I would say, for you to avoid such things, you need to understand the level you are at in life. Okay, you need to understand the level you are at in life. You need to understand, where am I? What can I do more to achieve this thing I want to achieve? Who are the wrong people around me? Why am I not making progress in life? So when you recognize all of these things and you put them in place, then you start working on them, you find out that there'll be a little progress in life. And I would encourage you, no matter the progress you make in life, celebrate it. Don't say, oh, it's too small. Celebrate every little accomplishment you have in your life. And those are the things that will help you also boost your self-confidence. Thank you so much.
So you've kind of covered a lot of this stuff already, but I'm someone hypothetically who has low self-confidence. How can I improve that? What are the principles of becoming more self-confident?
First of all, believe in yourself, believe in your abilities. And one of the things, as a result of having low self-esteem, for me, one of the things that helped me was um, self-talk, self-affirmation, talking yourself up, believing in your abilities. So one of the things you can do is, first of all, outline the things, your talents and your abilities. What are the things I'm good at? What are your talents? What are your gifts? What are your skills? What can you do better than any other person? Can you talk? Can you draw? Can you paint? Can you do something? Recognize these things, list them down, and meditate on these things. Those are the things that can boost you up, because you recognizing your abilities is one way to boost your self-confidence, knowing that, oh, really, I can do this thing. Because low self-esteem comes from you seeing limitations, having limiting beliefs. Okay, so when you outline these things, it will help you also, boost your self-confidence. List out those things. Then secondly, look at the mirror. Those are the things I did over time. I would always look at the mirror and tell myself, I'm beautiful, I'm excellent, I'm perfect, I have a beautiful face, I have a beautiful shape. All of these things had a way of having influence in me. A lot of times people will say, oh, I'm looking too fat. Why am I fat? They don't love themselves. So when you think of these things over time, it tells on your self-confidence. It reduces your value. It reduces your self-perception. When you come out, you start seeing yourself like somebody who is fat. And because you start seeing it, that is what everybody keeps seeing. Because other people see you how you see yourself. So everything has to do with you first. You have to understand that it has to do with you. You have to be your first coach. You have to be your first mentor. You have to believe in yourself first. Because the truth is, if you don't believe in yourself, no other person would. You are the first person to trust and believe in yourself. If not, no other person would. So basically, what you do, you outline those gifts, outline your abilities, and list out the little things you've accomplished in your life. Did I play a match very well? Did I do a good speech? Did I deliver a good presentation? It may not be so spectacular, but when you recognize those abilities in you, it forms, a perception of you. It gives you more value. It makes you believe that, oh, if I could do this, I can do much more. Recently I just hosted a business masterclass, and a lot of people sent me response like, oh, you had a beautiful presentation, you had a beautiful, business masterclass. That was like, for me, it was a way of adding. It's like, it was like an accomplishment to me, and it made me to believe in my abilities much more. That, oh, if I could do this, meaning there's much more I can do. There's much more I can do if I could function to my fullest potential. So basically, self-confidence, you grow them by strengthening on or rather, first of all, knowing your strengths and strengthening on them. Work on your strengths, believe in them, and work on them much more. Then secondly, self-talk, self-affirmation. Never you ask yourself questions like, can I ever do this? Can I ever do anything good? Anything I do does not work out fine. No. When you start thinking of those things, over time, your inner voice start telling you the answer it should tell you. Like, oh, you're fat because you're lazy. You're not a success because you're a failure, because you never do anything good. So that is why when you catch yourself talking like that or thinking like that, quickly you challenge the voice by speaking positively, by telling yourself, no, I'm a success. I'm not a failure. I believe in myself. I can achieve anything I want to achieve. I can be anything I want to be. And you create your own world. Create your own environment. It does not matter the kind of environment you live in. It does not matter where you find yourself. You can create your own world. You can form your own world. You can become anything you want to be. So basically, you need to understand that as a person, you can be anything you want to be. You can achieve anything. You can do anything. And believe in the process. Okay, Rome was not built in a day. It took time. So most of the people you see today exhibiting self-confidence, they were able to do that over time, as a result of processes. So believe in the process, enjoy the process. Don't rush things. I want to be self-confident overnight. No, it's a process. And you do that over time, enjoy the process. When you fail, stand up. If you fail does not mean you're a failure in life. No, it only means there was a better and a much more excellent way of doing or approaching what you were trying to achieve. So all you need to do is to recognize that, oh, okay, I failed before. What more can I do? What excellent way can I, put into place to get this thing done? So it doesn't mean when you failed, you should now feel down or feel like rejected. No. Dust yourself. It's an opportunity for you to climb up. It's like a ladder. So for me, that's how I see it. Each time I fail or each time I make mistakes, I see it like a stepping stone to move to the next level. I don't now feel rejected or feel down. No. I see it like failure means a stepping stone. It's an opportunity for me to learn. It's an opportunity to be better at what I do. It's an opportunity to become the best. A lot of times, people that made it in life today, if you ask them, they failed several times. So you need to understand that failure is normal, or making mistakes are normal. And don't now see it like one big thing. You don't need to, overhype it and say, oh, I failed, I'm a failure. No, you feel dejected, I can't get anything right. No, instead, you find out how much more, what more can I do? What more excellent step can I take to get this thing done? And when you find out, you find out that, oh, there was a better way. I learned better. So meaning when you fail, each time you fail, there was a better opportunity to get something done. And secondly, one of the ways you can help yourself is to set achievable goals. Over time, people set goals that are so big. I want to become a billionaire, and you've not even earned your first 1 million. I want to become a billionaire, and when you try and you fail, you tend to be, you tend to have low self-confidence because you couldn't achieve your goal. So one of the ways to boost your self-confidence is to set achievable goals. And when you set these achievable goals, set them in terms of long-term, short-term. What am I going to do each day to push me forward to my goal, or to move me forward to achieving these goals? What can I do each week? What can I do each month? What can I do each quarter or each year? Where do I want to be in the next 5 years? You set your goals, you set your objectives, and you put down your strategies in place that can help you achieve all of this success. Okay, like I said, Rome was not built in a day. Take it step by step and celebrate every victory. Celebrate every progress you make. It doesn't matter if it's a low progress or if the result was short. Celebrate it. Take yourself out. Buy yourself a nice shirt. Buy yourself a nice shoe. Treat yourself to a nice lunch. These are ways you can actually improve your self-esteem. Another way you can improve your self-esteem is to read books. Feed your mind with the right information. Feed your mind with the right thoughts. Think positively. Feed with information that will uplift you. Feed on information that are motivational. That's why a lot of times people, attend motivational shows just to, help boost their self-confidence. But guess what? remember, we're in this lockdown period, and events like that are no longer holding like before. So if there was no resource in place, what would you do? So all you need to do is to believe in yourself, read books, motivate yourself. You are your first coach. You are the first, your first mentor in life. Okay, so you don't need to start looking for where to get this motivation from. You can motivate yourself. You need to understand that too, that you can motivate yourself. Then another thing you can do is to also work on your mindset. Work on your mindset. Deal with those, limiting beliefs. What are the things that are limiting me? What are the beliefs that are limiting me? What are the strongholds that I have to deal with? Recognize those things. What are my weaknesses? Recognize those things and work on them. There's nothing that does not have a solution. Everything is possible. You can be anything. You can achieve anything. That's what I'm trying to say. You can become anything you want to be. So, but you must recognize your weaknesses and your strengths, and strengthen or work more on your strength than on your weaknesses. Focus more on your strength and take your eyes off your weaknesses. Because the more you focus on your weakness, the more it reduces your self-confidence, and you tend to have a low self-esteem. So you must feed your mind with the right information. You must think the right thoughts. Practice it. Practice it. Just the same way you practice how to play football. Practice thinking positively. You can have a meditation section where you just sit for 15 minutes. You close your eyes and you're thinking of how beautiful your world is, how beautiful you are, how beautiful your life is. You can think of these things. Instead of thinking, oh, I don't have money, think of how your life would be if you have money instead. Instead of thinking, oh, why am I this fat? Why am I looking? Nobody likes me. I'm not attractive to anybody. Instead, think positively. Oh, I'm attractive. You're not trying to tell yourself a lie. No. One thing I found out over time, Mr. Robert, is that each time I think positively, it creates a force field around me. It creates a force field that gravitates the right actions towards me. If I start thinking of, let's say, having negative people around me, I notice that over time, the wrong people start coming close to me. That's my observation. So because of that, I started changing the way I think. I started programming my mind in the right direction. Instead, I started thinking positively. Instead, I started seeing the right pictures. I started seeing the picture of the future I want to have. I started seeing how I want my job to be, how I want my finance to be. And the more you see these things, the more it becomes real to you. And the more it becomes real, the more possibilities you see. So basically, it's not really a magic. It's something you can work on. So I want to encourage you, do a self-talk, practice self-affirmation, believe in yourself, trust in yourself. And when you fail, learn something new, develop yourself. That's another way, develop yourself. Learn a skill. Learn something new, add value to your life. That's part of personal development. Okay, if you say I couldn't achieve this thing, what can I learn? What tool can I put in place to get this thing done? What skill can I put in place to get these things done? So when you acquire these skills, it tends to help you grow and increase your self-confidence, knowing that, oh, I have this ability, I can do this, I can sew, I can make this fine artwork, I can do all of these things. If I can do all of these things, then I'm something, man. That kind of thought. It helps to boost your self-confidence as well. So I actually wrote down some things. If you don't mind, if maybe I could read them out.
Sure,
would that be fine?
Yes, sure.
Okay. One of the things I said how to boost your self-confidence. I said, first of all, you have to do that through introspection. That is through self-examination. You examine yourself closely. You examine yourself closely. And what during your self-examination, there are questions you should ask yourself. And some of the questions are, what are my skills and talents? This helps to remind yourself of your strengths and your abilities. Okay, what are my skills? What can I do better than any other person? What are my challenges and my shortcomings? Okay, and what am I good at? What are the things that what am I good at? Or rather, what are the values? What do you value most in life? What you value most in life. When you check out your life and you see your beliefs and your value, your life is not in line with your life is not in line with your value or your beliefs. Rearrange yourself and don't let anyone step on your values or your on their boundaries. Everybody have boundaries. Set boundaries as well. Everybody have boundaries. When you see that somebody is trying to step on your boundaries, you ensure you deal with it immediately, because stepping on people's boundaries also kind of trample on their self-esteem or their self-confidence. When you talk down to someone, you lose respect for someone. These are the things that also reduces your self-esteem. Another thing I wrote is, what are your limiting beliefs? What are your limiting beliefs? What negative feeling do you have about yourself? Find out, work on these things, deal with them. Okay, another thing I wrote down is, what can I help with right now? What can I help with right now? Look out for a need and meet it. Who can I help? Who is in need, and what can I do to help them in this at this point of their need? Look out for an opportunity to meet a need and meet that need. Can also help you to boost your self-confidence. Then you find out also, what are my unresolved issues? Unresolved issues in the sense that maybe your past, you experienced a lot of down life, you experienced a lot of pains, you experienced a lot of situations that had a lot to do with tampering on your self-confidence. So you look out for those things, unresolved issues, and you deal with them. Okay, what are the things that put me at this level? You deal with them from its root, because until you deal with them, they'll keep coming over and over again, and they'll keep on reducing your self-confidence. So these were the things I actually did that actually helped me personally. Another thing I wrote was, what's your personal definition of success? What is your personal definition of success? Like I said, somebody else's definition of success might be different from yours. Okay, somebody else's definition of success may be, okay, the amount of cars they have, the amount of houses they have, the amount of money they have. So you define your own success. For me, my own success is identifying my purpose in life and fulfilling that purpose. So I may not really have 10 cars, for instance, but the moment I started fulfilling my purpose, I found this fulfillment in life. I found out that, oh, I was a success, or I'm a success. Why? Because I found the purpose for which I was living. And I started achieving or fulfilling those purposes. So for me, success is actually fulfilling one's purpose in life. To somebody, success may be something else. So this is why you shouldn't compare yourself with somebody else, because another man's success, it's not the same as yours. Define your own success. Define your own success. Could be, okay, I want to be a millionaire at 30. I want to be a millionaire at 25. I want to be the top footballer at 18 or at 22. So that could just be your own, definition of success. So when you've been able to define your success, set goals, achievable goals, goals that are realistic. Don't just set goals that are, abstract, they are unclear. You're not sure of, achieving them. Another thing you need to do after you set goals is to be persistent, be consistent. Okay, be consistent with what you do. Put in efforts, execute, don't procrastinate. You see a lot of people say, I want to be this, I want to be that, but they're not putting efforts in place to achieve these things they've set their heart to do. They procrastinate. I'm going to do this today, I'm going to do that tomorrow, but they end up not doing it. And because they end up not doing it, they fail. And when you fail, you tend to have a sense of, failure. Oh, I'm a failure in life, there's nothing I can do. No, you need to start taking actions. You need to start finding out ways, better ways that you can do the things you do. And these are the things that, help to boost your self-esteem. Another thing I wrote is, what are your personal boundaries? I already mentioned that. And don't allow people to step on them. Okay? Define your boundaries. Define your boundaries. And another thing, never ask yourself questions like, why am I broke? Why am I poor? Why am I not promoted at my job? Why am I at this level? Why am I not making progress in life? No, talks like that, they'll bring you down. They'll make you feel you're nothing. They'll make you feel you're not anything in life. So instead of thinking like that, talk yourself up. Think the right thoughts. Then one of the things I also wrote out down was I said you have to, sorry, let me just get a hold of this. I said you have to know that everyone makes mistakes. You have to understand that everyone makes mistakes. It's not just you that makes mistakes in life. No, it's normal. Okay, but the difference between you and them is they made a mistake and they learned from their mistake and they became better. Mistakes kind of make you. It's part of life. So don't just dwell on that mistake you made and everything every day you're thinking about that mistake. No, move on. Let it go. Let it go. Don't focus on your mistakes. No, I already emphasized on that. Then keep developing yourself. Keep developing yourself. I already mentioned that. Add value to your life. No other person can add value to your life except you. And how do you add value to your life? Learn something new. Learn a skill. Read a book. Get a new knowledge. Do a DIY project. Do something you've never done before. These are the things that would also help you in life. Then another thing is, I talked about self-talk, where you can stand in front of your mirror, you're talking good about yourself. I love my shape. I love my height. I'm the most beautiful in the world. It doesn't matter if you're ugly, but it is how you see yourself. It is what you say to yourself. That is what you become. I've seen people who are ugly, but yet, they exude this, beautiful aura around them. But yet you see somebody who is so beautiful, but yet possesses low self, confidence or low self-esteem. Why? Because of the words they've heard. Maybe somebody told them your face is too fat, your head is too big, and they tend to think on those things, and it's affect them. So I would advise, work on your believing system, reprogram your mind, change your thinking pattern, change the way you think. And I recommend a book like Think and Grow Rich. Those are one of the book. That was one of the books that actually helped me, while I was also building on my self-confidence. Another point I wrote down was self-happiness. A lot of times people are always looking for someone that can make them happy, someone that can, make them feel good. No, you don't need somebody to make you feel good. You're responsible for your own happiness. And don't allow, emotional blackmail get to you, where people are trying to talk you down. No, people are trying to have control over your life. No, you need to have control over your own life by making yourself happy, by making decisions that will make you happy in life, by doing the things that will make you happy in life. And you need to focus on yourself. A lot of times people tend to focus on other people, trying to make other people happy. The truth is, no matter what you do in life, people will still say, a lot about you or against you. People will still talk you down. No matter how you try to please people, they will always talk you down. So believe in yourself, be happy, make yourself happy. And don't ponder over what people say about you. For me, I don't care what anybody say about me. I don't care. I'm not scared of making mistakes. I'm not scared of failing. A lot of times you see people, they are scared of making posts on social media because they are thinking, what would people say? Is this post good enough? Is my writings good enough? Post it like that. Just start. With time, you keep developing yourself during these processes. Okay, these are the things that actually affect people. And one of the things I said is surround yourself with uplifting people. Surround yourself with uplifting people, people that add value to your life, people that encourage you, people that support you, not people that talk you down, even when you're trying your best. No, people that uplift you, people that believe in you, people that makes you know that you are the best. One of the things I did for me growing up was I actually made out a list of all my friends and I checked the ones that have been adding value to my life and the ones that have been, draining out of me. Like those people, these are the people we call vampires. For me, I call them vampires because these ones are always pulling out from you, but they're not adding anything. And yet they are still talking you down. So what I did was to let such people go. I let them go. I ended up the relationship with them, and I surrounded myself with positive people, people who believe in their future. I once heard a saying that said, having 4 millionaires, even though you're not a millionaire, having 4 millionaires, you two will become the fifth. I don't know if I said that rightly, but having 4 millionaires will make you the fifth one. Okay, why? Because you start thinking in line, in line with them. You start thinking like them. You start thinking the millionaire thoughts. There's a millionaire talk. There's a millionaire thought as well. So it is very important for you to surround yourself with positive people, people that will add value to you, people that believe in you. Even when you make mistakes, they tell you you're still the best. These are the kind of people you should surround yourself with, not people that will, look down on you, not people that will talk down on you or talk at your back or tell you you're nothing. No, people that will believe in you. Another point I wrote was to set achievable goals. I already mentioned that. I said, don't compare yourself with anyone. Okay, I also said be consistent and be persistent. And I talked about, I want to also talk about working on your body language. A lot of times people come out and they are, walking with low shoulders, with their head down. Everyone can just quickly tell that this person has low self-confidence. Why? Because of your body language. You see a lot of people wringing their hands, folding their arms. It's obvious. It's not something you can hide. For me, I can sense someone that has low self-confidence because it's like, it's like an aura. It can be perceived. So one of the things you can do to help yourself is to work on your body language. And one of the things you can do to work on your body language is to sit confidently, raise your shoulders up, raise your head high, believe in yourself that you're the best, that there's no one that is better than you. Believe in the things or rather, remember the things that you once accomplished. Sit properly, stand properly. Don't just stand like someone that is, that has given up on life. No, sit like a king, stand like a king, walk like a king, because that is who you are. So these are the things that can actually help out also. And don't be scared of making mistakes, and don't be scared of failing. Every time you fail, dust yourself up, stand up, dust yourself up, and keep trying. And one day you get it right. It doesn't matter how long it takes, but you surely will get it right. And by the time you get it right, your own life will be a testimony to people. You'll be able to tell others in your shoes, oh, I was once in this place, and this was what I did that was able to bring me up to the level I am at right now. So believe in yourself. You start encouraging other people instead of, just leaving them. You start seeing yourself as a mentor to them as well. Oh, I was once in this shoe. Okay, so these are the things that actually help me. Another thing, the last one I'm going to talk about on how to boost your self-confidence is to exercise regularly. One of the things that exercise does is it helps you to, have a fit body. It helps to work on your physical structure. It also helps to release some hormones that can help you, to believe in yourself. And such hormones are called ephedrine, something like that, testosterone. These are hormones that releases a sense of belief, self-belief. Each time I work out, I feel fit. And whenever you feel fit, you feel like you can come out of the world. You feel you can come out bold, out of this world. You feel you can talk to anybody. You feel you can face anything. And also it helps to keep you in shape. For a lot of people that, they are fat, they are obese, this can also help them to trim down as well. And when you're physically fit, it also helps to build your self-confidence. For me, I look so beautiful, and I have a very beautiful structure. So I don't feel shy coming out or talking to anybody. This came as a result of regular exercise. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, that's a lot to digest, and I truly appreciate it, the education and the advice, and I hope listeners will get something out of it. And I want to thank you, Efe Joyce Marks, for sharing your time and your expertise with us today.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.